Get the upper hand on your competition with SCUF controllers. Use code OGXRAYZ to get 5% off your entire order. Yo guys, what's up? It's XRAYZ. Welcome back to another Black Ops 4 video. So today I actually wanted to go through some of the big changes that are going to be coming to Black Ops 4 during the official launch. Treyarch actually did a beta recap the other day where they talked about all of the complaints they got, all the feedback they got, and then how they were going to address stuff here coming into the future. It's actually a very detailed read. I'm going to try my best to get through some of the more important stuff here, and it's a huge read, so I'll have a link down below for you guys that want to read through it, but I will have a recap here for you guys that want it as opposed to reading the full thing. So let's jump into it. So if you guys do go on to enjoy the video, guys, do me a huge favor, drop a like on the video. It's super appreciated. It really does help out. And if you are new to the channel, if you want to stay up to date with all the latest and greatest Black Ops 4 news, info, rumors, leaks, and more, then make sure you guys are subscribed and have those notifications on so you don't miss a single upload from me. But you guys have an awesome day. But anyways, let's jump into it. So the first thing they wanted to address was the brand new Fog of War and minimap awareness system. So for you guys that aren't aware, the system that we had at the moment or during the beta was like a little circle that is just around your character's dot. So you have like your little arrow, it's facing whatever direction you're going, and you have this circle that's around you that is your minimap awareness. A lot of people didn't really like it. Overall, it just felt like it made it so that obviously the whole point of the game is teamwork, and you can, you know, see what other people see, and whatever you see shows up on your minimap within your circle. If someone shows up behind you, you're able to see them as well, and it kind of makes it so for, you know, there's this very interesting getting turned on situation. A lot of people didn't like that. I myself was not sure how I felt about it by the end of the beta. It wasn't like I hated it, but at the same time, it wasn't like I was loving the new system as well. There was a lot of feedback that was given. Some people were saying there should be a cone-shaped system where whatever you see in front of you is what you'll see, and you know, that way it's not like just random and weird. And it does look like Treyarch noticed this and they're going to be making some changes. Now, this system of like having that circle around you is not completely going away. You will still be able to see that, but only if you have this setup. So let's go ahead and jump into what they said. Fog of War in the minimap was designed to strengthen situal awareness and guide moment-to-moment decision making with a benefit to the entire team. Because we know a lot of players don't want to talk on the mic or engage in teamwork, we designed it and all gameplay features to be effective first and foremost to the player using it, and then also helpful to teammates even passively. An enemy that's spotted by your teammate will appear in your minimap as well, so even lone wolves are helping other teams whether they mean to or not. The full Fog of War reveal circle around each player in the minimap was designed to increase situational awareness for a fighting chance against attacks from the back. The circle generated just as much passionate debate within Treyarch as it did within the community, and we wanted to let it play out in the beta to see where it landed. It's proven to be too powerful as default functionality, so we're making a few changes for a more balanced Fog of War. The full reveal circle will be removed as default functionality, and the standard reveal area will be a cone that reflects the player's field of view. This will continue to always be blocked by solid objects in game, so it can never be used to see through walls. We're moving the full reveal circle to the Team Link perk. This way, players who want that power will need to spend a point in Creative Class to get in and compete with their choices for the other powerful items. This also gives Team Link a much needed boost as it significantly underperformed in the beta. We're adding an additional HUD indicator that lets you know when you're visible to enemy players in the minimap so that you can react accordingly. This is awesome. I'm really happy for that. I was never aware when people had already spotted me and stuff like that, so it's pretty cool that now they're going to have an indicator that says, yo, they saw you, you're on their minimap. Red dots in the minimap that appear when firing your gun will fade faster, so there's more time to evade after engaging in a gunfight. Those same red dots will no longer reveal teammates that are near the player firing their gun. I was not even aware that this was something that was happening. So apparently if you shot and someone was near you, they would also pop up. I feel like that was a really dumb move to begin with, so I'm happy that it's not like that anymore. And I wasn't even aware of that, so I'm just happy. We'll see how this new system of like minimap works because it's very interesting. Alright, so the next thing that they talked about was the Tac Deploy and Spotting. Now this one for me was kind of weird. It felt like sometimes it would break the spawn system, and it looks like Treyarch also believes in that, and they're going to be nerfing it a little bit. So let's see, Tac Deploy and Spotting. They said the spawn system is key to ensuring the gameplay of Black Ops 4 shines, and it is influenced by a number of factors which differ across every map and mode. We have a suite of tools that lets us track bad spawns, spawns where players give or receive damage within 3 seconds, and make changes to prevent them from happening. It's impossible to get the percentage of bad spawns to 0, but we constantly tune to get it as low as possible, generally in the 2 to 3 range. Thanks to community video clips, comments, and gameplay data, we were able to identify several issues within the spawn system that were creating scenarios that did not meet our expectations. These issues were most prevalent in round-based modes like Domination. The team is hard at work resolving these issues for the best possible spawn system on launch day. The Tac Deploy was designed to give the ability to redirect the flow of combat at strategically important moments by creating a secondary team spawn area in the map. The concept was inspired by tactics employed by the community when playing Hardpoint in Black Ops 2, where a teammate would anchor spawns on the next hardpoint to get their team to the objective faster. This cool emergent behavior was not only a valid tactic, but became necessary to consistently win the mode. The Tac Deploy brings this idea into other modes with the goal of creating periodic team shifts to take on or defend an objective, break out of a pattern, or strategically push in a new direction. An easy counter for the opposing team is to run the Engineer perk and hunt down the enemy-owned Tac Deploys. In the beta, the Tac Deploy proved to be a tad too strong, and understanding when you spawned in a Tac Deploys wasn't strong enough. To smooth it out for launch, we're making a few changes. We've shortened the duration that a Tac Deploy is active, lengthened its cooldown, and limited the number of spawns per use to 10. This will help to fill the goal of providing short bursts of strategic positioning shifts. We're relaxing the radius around which players will spawn on a Tac Deploy so that there is more room to spread out and enemies attempting to disable it won't suddenly get overwhelmed by a surge of defenders. We're adding a notification to the death cam where cameras break into third person when you die that displays when a Tac Deploy is active and whether there is danger nearby, and another notification that appears in-game HUD after you spawn on a Tac Deploy. Body and armor gear. So this is another one of those really controversial topics. I felt like midway second week it wasn't as big of a problem, and it might be because they addressed how the armor system works. And so let's first of all read about what they said about why they wanted body armor, what it was supposed to be used for, and how they're changing it, because I think that what they wanted the body armor to do was a good idea, but I feel like it kind of screwed up the way that it was first implemented, and people who wanted to rush were using it as opposed to people who, in their own words, were supposed to be pushing objectives and trying to grab objectives. So it says, in service to the overarching goal of increasing gameplay depth, we introduced the gear category to create a class in Black Ops 4. Each gear item will complement different styles of play, allowing players to optimize into their preferred play style. If you like to play aggressively, preferring to move in fast bursts and surviving multiple gunfights, you'll likely find Stim Shot to your liking. If you're a player who prefers to roll the dice for high risk and high reward, you may prefer the ComSec device to push for bigger score streaks. If you enjoy supporting the team for the win, you'll likely gravitate to equipment charge to power up your specialist content more frequently. If you rely more on positioning and situational awareness for victory, the acoustic sensor is for you. And if you're a more cautious player who likes to push and pull the objective play, body armor should be optimal for that. The balance for this category wasn't quite dialed in for the beta, and we'll improve that for the launch. While Stim Shot was the most popular piece of gear, body armor was the most controversial, and so we want to address some of the changes that are coming to that specifically. Explosives should shred armor. This was not working in the beta, and we're fixing that. So I did kind of notice that where you would like try to hit someone with like a grenade or something that would do explosive damage, and they wouldn't really take any damage. So I'm really happy that they're addressing that. Damage is now being reduced by armor rather than being completely deflected by it. Some of the player feedback from the game when fighting against a player with armor was cranked to 11 and made it feel a lot worse than it actually was, so we're reducing it to feel less annoying. We added extra plus 25 bonus score reward for every kill against players with armor to help feed your score streak meter. We're also experimenting with a number of ideas to better support its role, while also making it less appealing to highly aggressive players. For example, impacting certain aspects of the movement speed or protection coverage area. So I think it's a good idea. I think that a lot of people were using it just so that they could get that extra bullet in and kill more people. I get it, in this game it's hard to get 2 or 3 people in a row because of the longer time to kill, which interestingly enough, guys, they did not address the time to kill at all in this post, which I think was probably the biggest issue that people had with the beta. But, you know, if you're not going to be able to get 2 or 3, you probably want to run armor. But it looks like the armor was supposed to be for someone who is working in and out of objectives and is kind of a lone wolf kind of dude. So I get it. I understand why they're going to be nerfing it. I'm happy with the nerf. I think it's a good idea. I feel like any situation where someone has more health than you, it's dumb. You know, we no longer have Juggernaut. We no longer have stopping power. It's not the way it works. And not every weapon has armor-piercing rounds. So it just made it kind of frustrating, and I'm happy that they're addressing it, so that's pretty cool. Now, the final thing was the cursor UI navigation and the loadout in kill cam. So first of all, with the free cursor, which is like where instead of being able to use the D-pad, you have to use your analog stick to choose selections. It looks like in the full version of the game, you'll be able to use your D-pad if you so choose to, but they'll also still have that ability to move around with the cursor. I think it's the best of both worlds. Sometimes it's faster to use D-pad, other times it's faster to use your analog stick, so I'm cool with them doing that. And then finally, when it comes to the loadout in kill cams, there wasn't any in the beta, and it looks like that was just because they weren't able to put it into the beta. But in the full game, they will have loadouts, and I'm happy with that, because there's a lot of times where I would get shredded. I want to see what that person had so I can, you know, maybe emulate their setup next time around, or in case they have a system or a setup that I would like to use. So it's kind of nice that they confirm that it will be coming in the final version of the game. So anyways, that is all the information they gave us so far, guys, on what they're going to be working on for the official reveal or release of the game on October 12th. I'm still very much excited for the Blackout beta. I hope we give them a lot of really good info on that and feedback as well. I think this game's going to be a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun during the beta. I feel like with these improvements, it's going to be a lot more fun. And it looks like they are listening, and, you know, hopefully they're quick to it. I know it's probably a little bit harder to try to get stuff done faster because this is going to be an official game, not a beta like Fortnite, you know, because Fortnite is able to update their game so quickly because they have that leniency of being in a beta. And so it's always just nice that they acknowledge what we're worried about and they mention that they're working on it. So I'm happy so far with the outreach that they have, the communication, the openness. Hopefully we get more of this as the game comes out and, you know, more issues are found and stuff. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed it, drop a like on the video. It's super appreciated and incredibly helpful. And if you are new to the channel, if you want to see even more content like this, I'm going to have a ton more Fortnite and Call of Duty Black Ops 4 news, info, rumors, leaks, and more coming. So make sure you guys are subscribed and have notifications on so you don't miss a single upload from me. And then if you guys do want to support the channel directly, you guys can do so by checking out my memberships. You get access to early content, exclusive videos, and a special badge that shows up in all my live streams and in the comment sections of all my videos. So check that out only if you're willing and able to. If you want to talk about anything, Twitter is the best place. I'm constantly on there at OGXRAYZ. I'll have a link down below. If you want to talk or anything, I'm over there, so give me a follow over there. And I'll also have links to my Gaming in a Second channel. But you guys have an awesome day. Take care. I'm out. Peace.